Hello and welcome back to House of Papillons. I'm Terry and I'm so happy you joined me today because I have a very sweet project. Like how I did that. Okay. This is a little trinket jar, and the top looks like a donut with frosting and little sprinkles. Do you call them sprinkles or jimmies in your area? Please let me know in the comments. We call them I call them sprinkles. I don't know. So I'm going to dust all the decorative stuff with mica powder and actually the whole donut. And then I'm going to pour it with polyurethane because that'll make a really quick project. And I'm pretty sure that the polyurethane will accept the mica and keep it on the outside. So I've never done it before, but it's a learning experience and it's going to be a whole heck of a lot of fun. So please join me. So here I have some fuchsia. Now, the sort of order to things when you're going to dust something, if you're going to do different colors, you do sort of the smaller things first. You do it in layers because the way that mica powder works with these projects is that whatever hits the silicone first is what is going to be shown in your project. So in other words, I'm going to try to do these sprinkles first, and that way I can clean off, around there, whatever I've inadvertently dripped, someplace else. I can clean that off. And then the mica powder won't be picked up in the finished piece because I've wiped it off. Once I go in, like when I go in to do the frosting, I'm going to do pink. So if I were to just put pink frosting over something that I accidentally dripped on one of these other things, if I went out of the lines or whatever, you're going to still see the mistake. You're not going to see the even though I went over it with something else, it doesn't work that way. You're seeing it from this side. So it's whatever's on that silicone is what is going to show in your finished project. So I'm going to start by doing some of these sprinkles. Now see, I already went outside the line already, and we've just begun. So what will happen is when I go in to do the dusting of the pink frosting, I can just go right over these because they're already down. These sprinkles are already sprinkled. they're already on the silicone. So I'll be able to just dust right over them. And that's how we're going to do it. Now, you know what I should have done? Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Whenever I do things that I'm trying to see a detail in, I usually like to put something dark behind it because it really helps me at least see the detail. I have a little cutting board. See how that just kind of lights all that up? Makes it nice and highlighted for me. And I don't have any plan for these. I'm just randomly going around and dusting in my mica. And then I'll worry about cleaning them, or however many I have to clean afterwards. All right. That was into resin, or Let's Resin Fuchsia. This, of course, oh, it's tangerine. It's not just your average orange. This is also, oh, look at the drippies. That was graceful. That was really, really cool, Terry. Good job. Good job. All of our sprinkles done. Before continuing on, what I'm going to do is turn this upside down. A ton of it shouldn't come out. We didn't have a ton of it in here. But I just want to get, you know, every now and then you'll have like some that's a powderiness that's in the bottom, that's in, you know, floating on what you just did. Then I'm going to take it's a alcohol wipe. Many people use baby wipes, and that's fine. I just prefer to use alcohol wipes when I'm going to be wiping in my molds. Lots and lots of people use baby wipes. You do what works for you. So what I'm going to do is sort of go gently over the tops of these, because they're so sort of, they're nice and deep in there, these sprinkles. So if I just go gently and I don't press down in there, I shouldn't get any of the powder out of the sprinkle. So I'm just going to do that ever so gently, not pressing hard. I'm just wiping out the stuff that, came out of the lines. I was never a stay within the lines kind of girl. Yep. That trait has sort of followed me. Yeah. And I'm just changing the direction of the towel each time, because I want to just neatly get the overage. And then I'm going to inspect it really good once it sort of dries. Now see right here, I can see, because some of this mica, well, most of the mica, is kind of a pearly sheen. And where I wiped there, I could still see a pearliness just on top of the mold. And I don't want that. I want pure silicone. I'm just going to bring it closer to me. I hope you can see. Am I bringing it close to me and out of your view. I apologize if I do. I'm also going to get up and under this rim. Because see, there's some right there. See it shining right here where my thumb is? See it? Now I can, and I might, take a Q-tip and get really precious with these intersections here. I might not. I don't know. I don't know just yet. Let's not make predictions. And I see, maybe that's just how the mold is. Right there. Because it sure does look pearly to me. So, and there's a smear. See the little smear right here where my forefinger is? So I'm just trying as hard as I can to go around the whole thing. Well, that little area where the frosting is supposed to, be, that really catches a lot. That's a catch-all. That's what we call in the resin world a catch-all. I'm kidding. It's not really. I kid people. I kid sometimes. And see, the more you look at it, the more you might. I just saw like a little place of blue there. Because whatever's down there, it does not matter what I put on top of it. We won't see that color. We will see sprinkle color. And you just saw me put it on here. You can control it to a certain amount, but my air purifier is setting off because I am using alcohol. This is an alcohol wipe. Alcohol is a surefire way to make it react. Next, I have Marblers, just called pink, and that's going to be our frosting color. And you'll see when I start to dust it that there's a pattern to follow. So I'll be following that. And remember, I can sort of go over the top of all of these because they're not moving, and whatever's down there is what we're going to see on the top of the thing. What I will have to do when I'm finished, I'm 100% positive, I'm going to have to clean the part that's supposed to be donut. So we're going to get to painting this stuff. And going in and paint away here. And I just picked up a brush that was a little bit larger. This is actually a brush from the Dollar Tree, of course. It is part of the Wet n Wild makeup line. You can get lots of good resining, tools from the Dollar Tree. Because this is a nice soft brush that's letting me, glide this onto the silicone. Now I am going to have cleanup edge around there because that's supposed to be part of the cakey part of the donut. So we already know that's going to happen. And we're just going to live with that fact and not let it ruin our day. Because sometimes it just is what it is. I'm getting another alcohol wipe. Whoops. So if you've never done polyurethane before, or you've never seen it done before, it's really quick. Like the curing time is so incredibly quick. But it will turn out solid white. I've gone back and forth, and I'm like, I can't find my brown. I have like a tannish beige type of color. Can't find it. So what I settled on was bronze to be the cake part. I was going to do gold, and then I was like, I sort of didn't want gold. So it's going to be bronze. So hope you like it. I looked up photos of, you know how like you can see it in your head and then all of a sudden you can't see it in your head. What color is it, the cake part? Is it yellow? I looked up some photos, and some places do their donuts, you know, a darker cake. And then some places do their donuts a pale. So this is going to be bronze. Because, you know, no matter, like I said, doing mica, it's going to be pearly anyway. I'm not against, frankly. So no matter what I did, I mean, like I said, I thought about gold. I have 97 different colors of gold. I wasn't feeling it. You know what else while I'm here? So if this goes on like that, I need to figure out how far I need to pour this. Like, do I need to go all the way up this rim? Sometimes jars, you know, like this, sometimes they intend for you to go all the way up this lip, because that sometimes is the thing that goes, well, yeah, I bet it is. I bet that is the rim part that goes down into the jar that, you know, locks it on top, that makes it not move around. So I am going to dust that to make sure that I get this would be beautiful if I could fold it inside out. And that's another reason why to wear gloves when you're dusting with mica powder, because even though it's not toxic for your skin, when I go to flip this inside out, if I have gloves on, I'm not going to be able to rub it off and smear it. But if I didn't have gloves on, the oils from my hands could take that right off of there, and then I'd have to touch up and do all the things. I don't want to do that. This brush works very nicely to burnish and good brush action. It's all downhill from here. While I'm doing this, I'm also trying to think how much polyurethane I want to mix. I don't know that either. Didn't do any measuring. Okay, we're gonna, well, tappy wappy, as Steve McDonald would say. And then put Humpty back together again here. And I just scratched it up a little bit, but easily fixed with a little brush action. A little burnish. And I'm going to clean this surface up, and then I'll be back with some polyurethane. Right, I have my polyurethane. I've decided to do 4 ounces, and we'll just see where that gets us. Because you can pour right on top of it. If I don't have enough, then I'll just pour right on top of it. Pour more right on top of it. There won't be a seam. There won't be anything, you know, amiss. I'm not crazy about these bottles. This is the Let's Resin polyurethane. The bottles are a little difficult to deal with, but well. And I'm going for 4 ounces. And I have like 30 seconds, I believe, to mix it. So what happens with this is I will stir. So see how cloudy it is? It's real cloudy. And I'll have roughly 30 seconds. It's cloudy. I just want to stir till it gets clear. And I'm also scraping my sides. I'm scraping the bottom. Doing all the things I'm supposed to do. And, you know, it'll turn clear. And I'll also feel it get warm in my hand. This stuff gets really, really hot when it's curing. So I don't even feel it. Well, it's warming up now. It's not quite, not what I would call warm. It's warming. Making sure to get my sides, get my bottom, do all the things. It's barely warm. But it did turn clear-ish. There, we're heating up now. So what I would like to do is get some down in there. And then do some squeezy action, just in case there are any bubbles in there. Because I won't have any way of knowing. It's all a crapshoot. Making sure that's on this evenly. I'm gonna put more in this bad boy. I'm gonna pour some in here. They are cooled off. That's how you know when polyurethane is ready to be demolded, because it gets very, very, very hot and then it cools off. I want to do the most curious part first. So, whoa. Yep, that was the little lip. See it? I was meant to pour up in there, so I'm glad that I figured that out beforehand, because I would have been disappointed. Right. Oh, I was afraid that it was on the mold. It's not on the mold, it's on the piece. Because I was like, no, why is that still on the mold? There's a bubble right there. Should have gone up in there, but that's on the underside. Oh no. There's a big bubble. Well, aw, but it's cute. Pop that part off. Very cute. And I don't think these bubbles, the bubbles aren't where you can see them. But lesson learned with that, if you ever get this mold, make sure you go up under there somehow. Now it makes me curious for this part. And here's where I overflowed. That's what happens when you're not paying attention to what you're doing. I just poured it, domed it, and went on with life. That wasn't smart. Don't do that yourself, because you'll be possibly disappointed. To just get a hold of the edge of the mold. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Come on. There we go. Well, that looks good. It's pretty. We have to make a trip to Dunkin' after this. You have to make a little stop. Oh, how pretty. How pretty is that? You fold her in right side out. Always remember, before you admire your work, fix your mold. Very nice. I'm going to just trim this up, which will be nothing to do, basically. Now, polyurethane is it's a little harder, I guess, than resin. You can, file it with a nail file or something, but frankly, in this instance, it's just as easy for me to go around this and do this right now, now while it's freshly cured. It takes, I have not noted, with resin, actual epoxy resin, you need to, even though something is cured and it's, it's hard, you have to wait. You really should wait like 72 hours before you. Now, I will try out the jar lid, but I won't leave the jar lid sitting on it for, hours on end before both pieces have had like 72 hours to cure, because I could come back tomorrow and never be able to get them apart. So they're cured in the sense that you can demold them, pick them up, look at them, admire them, but don't put them down on a surface that they can get cured to, because they're still curing deep down inside. So you really, really, still need to take care. Oh, look, it fits nicely. This little hole doesn't thrill me, but I suppose I'll go on with life. Cute little donut. What do you think? Let me know what you think. It's adorable. If I had to do it again, I would have done something lighter for this bottom, and or the pinkier. I mean, well, that is what it looks like in the bottle. However, now we know, and I knew, but I've done it for myself, made polyurethane with, and I was able to color the mold and use polyurethane. So this makes me quite happy. What do you think? Let me know. So thank you for joining me. I appreciate it more than that you took your time to watch my video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. It lets us, meet up at times like these. And, it gives us something to do during these cold winter months. So please subscribe. And I will see you at another time. Thank you so much. Bye.